CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Brendan Purdy.
I think this is a turning point for the city of Edmonton. It's time for us to step up to our full potential.
Tonight on CTV News, mayoral musings. Candidates square off in the mayoral debate ahead of this fall's municipal election. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. The top 5 people running to become our city's next mayor, according to the Chamber of Commerce, went head-to-head on the debate stage tonight. It's the first mayoral debate of the campaign and signals that election season is now truly underway. The debate included confrontations about infill housing, property taxes, bike lanes, and voting records. Jeremy Thompson was there and has more from Ice District.
Well, it was a largely civil debate between 5 candidates looking to become Edmonton's next mayor. The most contentious moments happened during the free debate segments. The touchiest subject appeared to be property taxes, with virtually every candidate on the stage looking to either freeze taxes or substantially lower tax increases, with a lot of blame being thrown at current city councillors Tim Cartmel and Andrew Knack for high taxes during this term. There were also a few shots across the bow about recent council drama, about decisions around infill and bike lanes, homelessness, public safety, supporting business, and doing basic city services well also came up frequently as topics. Now, while there are about a dozen candidates running to become Edmonton's next mayor, this debate featured 5 of them. They were selected based on a recent popularity poll that the Chamber of Commerce did before this debate happened. Overall, this was a major opportunity for all of these candidates to speak to voters and in some cases introduce themselves to Edmontonians. And even if you missed this debate, one political analyst believes you won't be out of the loop for long, as campaigns choose the clips that show their candidates in the best light and pump them out to social media in the coming days and weeks. Only 5 weeks now until Election Day, which is October 20th. Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
A 14-year-old boy is facing charges, including assault with a weapon, after police responded to a weapons complaint at a Sherwood Park school. Archbishop Jordan Catholic High School was placed in lockdown yesterday. RCMP say a teacher called police after a student was seen with a gun in class. Police quickly arrested one teen and recovered what they believe is an imitation gun. Police say no one was hurt in the incident. A 14-year-old boy is facing several charges. He's been released on conditions and will appear in court later this month. A former employee at an Edmonton daycare is facing charges for sex offenses involving a 4-year-old girl. The alleged assault was reported in mid-June, but many parents are upset they weren't told about it before now and are having to find out through other parents. CTV's Amanda Anderson reports.
She said, "Mom, I have a silly story to tell you about daycare."
There was nothing funny about the story. Instead, it was this Edmonton mother's worst nightmare.
I was in absolute disbelief of what I was hearing.
We're not identifying the mother to protect the child.
She disclosed essentially what we now know was a sexual assault that occurred.
She says the alleged assaults happened in the toy shed at Willowbrae Academy Mill Creek Daycare, the only place at the daycare without cameras. She immediately notified the daycare in mid-June.
To be honest, they were in disbelief as well.
She says the employee was put on leave and the daycare reported it to licensing and police. Because the case is before the courts, Edmonton police won't provide any information. Court records show 32-year-old Dilpreet Chawla is facing 3 sexual-related charges involving the girl. A warrant is issued for his arrest.
I think the daycare did the best they could in the beginning in the situation that they were dealt.
That's where many parents say the daycare dropped the ball. They're upset. They're only now finding out what happened and not from proper authorities.
There are parents who are still finding out about it now who had children in his care.
They say the accused looked after their son at the daycare for about 3 years.
We were quite close to the educator, so it's just still shocking, and we feel sick about it every day since.
In a statement, the daycare's director apologizes for the delay telling parents, saying while the timing of our communication was guided by not wishing to compromise an ongoing investigation, we recognize the impact this had on families and commit to more transparent updates going forward. The victim's parents showed up uninvited to a meeting hosted by the daycare this week. They believe it's the only way other parents would have found out the extent of what happened.
Thank God we have the ability to disclose this information so families have that information available to them and are able to go home and talk to their kids.
Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
The Prime Minister and Liberal caucus have left Edmonton, with Mark Carney also leaving an impression on a group of local students.
I went to school for 9 years.
Wow.
It was pink when I went.
It was pink?
Yeah, pink and yellow.
Earlier this week, the PM made a stop at St. Rose Junior High. Carney attended St. Rose when it was a grade 1 through 9 school. He met with students and teachers, visited classrooms, and walked his old halls. He also taught a part of a social studies class about something he knows a little bit about.
We teach structures of government in grade 9, and to have that group be able to meet and kind of talk to the person in the role that they were just learning about, instead of it being in just a textbook, boring kind of piece of material, to have that experience was great. The motivation for our students to continue to dream big and reach for the stars for their own goals, and know that it's attainable for anybody, was really quite a great motivator.
Like, it's crazy just to think of like what you can do and like what anyone can become, and it's really like inspiring, and it's definitely inspired all the kids in my grade and in my class.
Carney's visit was part of a documentary project called Made New. Former broadcaster George Strombolopoulos is traveling across the country to celebrate Canadian storytelling. It includes an interview with Carney about cultural sovereignty.
Who thinks all those years in America made him soft?
Well, did that make me soft, or did all years in England make you soft?
I think it's important as well.
Of course, the PM is also a big hockey guy, so he and Strombo went to the gym to play floor hockey with some students and engaged in a little trash talk. Campaigning has begun for the upcoming municipal election, meaning Edmontonians have already started to get robocalls, pamphlets, visits from candidates, and of course, notice signs popping up. CTV's Connor Hogg looks into how successful these tactics are at receiving your vote.
There are several signs of the season on the roads. With the municipal election weeks away, there are many more of these on the horizon. Not always welcome news.
I don't remember the names on them.
Experts say how effective they are depends on where they're placed.
If someone puts your sign on their lawn or in their window, then most likely they're going to vote for you. So it's a good indicator of overall support. The public signs are the ones that are usually the issue, because either the candidates and their teams aren't following the rules, or there's too much clutter.
It really is about building momentum towards Election Day and even towards the advanced polls.
Alex Haritsu with the Better Edmonton Party says lawn signs' effectiveness depends on the demographics a campaign is targeting and knowing when to bring them out.
People, if they were seeing them out there for 8 months at a time, would be sick of them. They'd be, considering them litter, and they'd want them picked up. And some people already feel that way, and they have every right to.
Haritsu says her campaign has had better luck holding back on signs for now and using digital ads instead, as well as texts and robocalls. Those can also be a source of frustration for some.
I've used them many times, and you get the same kind of backlash. It depends how good your list is that you're using.
Haritsu says it's about finding the best way to reach the most people in a positive way and responding quickly to feedback.
If you're getting more negative than positive, you're like, maybe this tactic isn't working. And so I think that any campaign has to weigh that for themselves.
It's always tough in a municipal election. The turnouts are so low, right? So it's even more important that you identify early on what is going to get people to vote for you. What people really care about.
Election Day in Edmonton is October 26th. People we spoke to say they won't be deciding who they vote for based solely on the signs they see.
I will still research the candidates to figure out who's running and what they stand for. Sides or no.
Connor Hogg, CTV News, Edmonton.
The city says since June, peace officers have received 60 campaigning complaints, all of them so far related to signage. The new Edmonton-Strathcona County footbridge officially has a name. Beaver Hills Bridge connects River Valley Trails in Edmonton to Strathcona County. The name honors local Indigenous language, culture, and heritage.
This bridge is more than just a bridge across the river. It's about connection to history, connection to the outdoors, and connection to one another.
While the bridge is open to the public, there's still construction underway near both sides of the span on 167 Ave in Edmonton and in the parking lot on the Strathcona side. There were more fireworks at last night's Alberta Next panel, this one in Lethbridge.
The UCP has scared off foreign investment, threatened jobs, and caused layoffs which only serve to hurt the economy. Now is not the time for division.
Albertans have ridden this roller coaster for way too long. We want off. The only effective option left is a fair referendum on Alberta independence.
Several hundred people lined up outside the venue and packed the room. The goal of these town halls is to gauge how Albertans feel about the province's relationship with Ottawa. The lines at Hazeldean Bakery are even longer than usual now that the business is up for sale. Customers are disappointed the current owner is retiring, but they say she'll be getting a well-deserved break. Evan Kenny has the story.
Brianna and Eric are regulars at the Hazeldean Bakery. Today, they're introducing their one-week-old baby to the community staple.
I mean, her stuff is amazing.
From the cinnamon buns to the fresh bread. Phenomenal. And by far the most popular.
Yeah, the fritters. The apple fritters. We were too late today, and like, if you're going to be here any busy day, you got to be there like 9 when she opens.
However, customers tell me every day is a busy day when Lucy is behind the counter.
Saturday morning, 8:30, the lineup is out the door, down a store or two, and she still hasn't even opened yet till 9.
Lucy Sweets Bakery has been set up in the neighborhood for 15 years, taking over a bakery that set up shop here 35 years before that. Now, it's time for Lucy to retire.
She said she's getting so busy. And she said, I feel like I'm a star now. I said, you are. You did an excellent job because everybody loves you and your bakery.
She's leaving the business, but wants to leave the buyer and the community with some of her magic. Lucy is leaving her equipment, staff, and clientele for the new owner and is offering to help in the transition of the bakery.
Absolutely want this bakery to continue because not only she put so many effort on it, all her staff, and she's care about everybody.
I mean, we hope whoever buys will continue, doing the bakery, and we'll see the same fritters and stuff, but I hope she has a great retirement.
The bakery has only been for sale for a couple of days, and Lucy is not in a rush to sell, but already there is interest from potential buyers, and viewings are lined up for next week.
We'll miss you when you do sell.
Evan Kenny, CTV News, Edmonton.
Edmonton police thought that you should know the Commonwealth Stadium area is going to have road closures this weekend. Country star Morgan Wallen is performing at the stadium tonight and again tomorrow. EPS says drivers should expect traffic delays on 112th Avenue. Stadium Road will be closed between 92nd and 112th Avenue during the shows. Fans started lining up yesterday afternoon at the stadium for merch sales. Merch will also be available ahead of tomorrow's show, that beginning at noon. Just ahead, a different kind of firefight. A labor dispute intensifies between the city of Red Deer and the Firefighters Union. Plus, gliding into the weekend. A new pilot project launches in Banff National Park.
It's not like anywhere else in the world. I fly a lot in the Alps. There's roads everywhere there, and there's people everywhere. But here, there's big areas that are wilderness and truly wild.
Good evening, folks. It was a warm one today. It'll be hot again through the weekend. Chances some record-setting temperatures tomorrow and Sunday. Then a cool down early next week. We'll take a closer look at all that in just a few minutes.
Welcome back. A labor dispute between Red Deer's firefighters and the city is intensifying. The firefighters union is accusing the city of ignoring their safety concerns. Well, city council claims the union is using bullying tactics and publicly harassing the fire chief. CTV's Nicole Lampa has the story.
This sign went up in Red Deer last month asking, does your fire chief support safe staffing? Ours doesn't. City Council passing a resolution last Friday for it to come down.
I can no longer remain silent and watch an honorable, hardworking, and devoted fire chief be maligned and personally attacked in such a public and patently unjust manner.
City Council supporting Fire Chief Ken McMullen, who is carrying out Red Deer's dynamic staffing policy to cut overtime costs for emergency services. It reached $3.2 million last year, the highest per capita in Alberta. The city's mayor says the policy is keeping up with provincially regulated response times.
We are achieving the balance between safety and fiscal responsibility.
The city says under dynamic staffing, there have been 160 overtime shifts to date this year, compared to the nearly 2,000 last year, a 90% reduction. But the head of the union says the policy is causing inadequate staffing, compromising firefighting safety.
Right now, when we don't have the personnel on scene to do that, it's a massive concern, a huge concern for our members.
The union put up lawn signs expressing concerns after the policy came into effect in January. Then the billboard went up because the union says city leaders have been refusing to discuss the issue.
After several meetings that were canceled and no dialogue, we felt the need. This is our way to get some attention. I informed them that the billboard would be staying until there was some dialogue and some set meetings.
The city's mayor emotional in council.
Personally, I grieve this escalation that we are seeing.
He says the city has a labor negotiation process and that arbitration dates with the union are set for next summer. Nicole Lampa, CTV News, Red Deer.
A new pilot project is taking flight in Banff National Park. Paragliders and hang gliders now have the freedom to spread their wings over the iconic landscape. As Terry Fikowski tells us, it's taken more than 15 years for this idea to finally lift off.
Will Gadd's passion for paragliding started 30 years ago.
In Spanish, they call paragliders papalotes, butterflies, because that's kind of what we are.
And there's no better place to soar than the skies above the Alberta Rockies that he calls home.
To see these mountains and these places from the air it's something special.
But until May, flying was only allowed over the park. Launching and landing was strictly prohibited unless for an emergency. But Gadd helped spearhead a pilot project with Parks Canada to allow pilots to fly in the famed landscape, a test run more than 15 years in the making.
I expect we'll have more pilots that come here just to appreciate this landscape. It's not like anywhere else in the world. I fly a lot in the Alps. There's roads everywhere there, and there's people everywhere. But here, there's big areas that are wilderness and truly wild.
Pilots can spend hundreds of kilometers in the air, so this program unlocks a new corridor and hike and fly opportunities for enthusiasts.
What the Banff National Park gives us is the route east from Golden. It also gives us a route north from Canmore. It allows us so much more freedom in where we'll be able to fly and what we'll be able to see.
Well, a win for the flying community, there are strict guidelines. Pilots can only use non-motorized gliders. Parks Canada also has identified specific locations for launching and landing, prohibiting it over ski hills, the Banff town site, campgrounds, and some environmentally sensitive areas.
What could be less impactful than, soaring over the valley and landing in a designated spot? So pretty low impact.
Gadd is hopeful the pilot project will be expanded after its 3 years to allow more gliders to spread their wings.
I'm excited to share my sport with the world. I really love it. I think other people will too.
Terry Fikowski, CTV News in Banff.
After the break, the experience expands beyond the ice. A week out from their home opener, the Edmonton Oil Kings announced their promotional game nights.
That's Teddy Bear Toss, that's Dinosaur Night, that's Swifty Home Opener. It's all that extra sizzle that really adds to the environment.
Coming up Monday, dealing with post-school tantrums, protecting your brain from burnout. And Kim will take you inside the cockpit of historic airplanes. It's a big one. We'll see you then.
CTV Morning Live Edmonton, weekdays.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Welcome back. Mainly sunny skies through the day today. Sunshine in the forecast again for tomorrow, with the exception of northwestern Alberta, where you'll see some clouds, maybe even a few spotty showers. Could see a few hit-and-miss showers as well in through the foothills. There's Sunday morning. The ridge is going to start to collapse a little bit. There's a couple of surface low-pressure systems, one off to the northeast. There's another one that'll sweep its way in from the west. And so I think we'll see some extra cloud cover on Sunday compared to Saturday, especially in western and northwestern Alberta. But even here in Edmonton, it's more like partly cloudy as opposed to mainly sunny. And I've thrown a slight chance of a spotty shower into the forecast for Sunday evening. Doesn't look like it's going to be anything all that widespread, but parts of central and north central Alberta could see some late day scattered showers. It will be another warm one on Sunday, though. Here's tomorrow. Here's Sunday. You can see the heat's still there, with the exceptions of northeastern Alberta, and then back into the west. Starts to cool slightly. There's Monday. We lose the heat by Monday as temperatures drop back into the low 20s for daytime highs, which is still above average. By the end of next week, though, should be back into the high teens. 9 degrees tomorrow morning in Fort McMurray, about 13 in Grand Prairie, 8 in Red Deer. Here in the city, we'll wake up to temperatures around 11 or 12 degrees. 27s, 28s across the northeast tomorrow. A little cloudier there in the northwest. Mid-20s for the Peace Country, closer to 20 in high level. Mid to upper 20s across the southern half of the province, including Red Deer, with mainly sunny skies in the forecast for tomorrow. Forecast high is 29, and the record high is 29 as well here in Edmonton. Those records for Saturday, Sunday go back to 1923, and you can see both days forecast to be right on par with those records. So 2 potential record-setting days, then that slight chance of a spotty shower Sunday evening. We'll back off into the low 20s for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then that cool down continues through the back half of next week with daytime highs in the 17, 18-degree range, back close to average by next weekend. As for this weekend, though, the heat continues for 2 more days. That is your forecast.
Fans have been lining the streets of Toronto to catch a glimpse of celebrities as they attend the Toronto International Film Festival. One fan encounter included a touching personal moment. Andrea Case has more on the impromptu family reunion for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
When Dwayne Johnson arrived for his TIFF in Conversation event at the Royal Alexandra Theatre this week, he had no idea what was cooking or who was waiting for him on the other side of the barrier.
I had a dream, as Martin Luther King would say.
In the crowd, Pamela Houston from the Ontario Black History Society. She was on a mission.
I said to the young people, when Dwayne gets out of the car, call him Dewey, because that's his family name. Nobody knows that. So he stopped and turned around because of Dewey. Then they said, "Your dad, your dad." Dwayne looked at the banner and he held his heart. Then he walked through the gates that are blocking people so he can have a better look at his dad.
In 2015, the OBH created a Black Athletes in Sports exhibit, and in their archives, an audio recording of champion wrestler Rocky Johnson.
And I'm very proud that I was the first Black Canadian heavyweight wrestling champion ever was.
Wow.
And I'm very, very proud of that. If I can do it, other people can do it too.
Rocky died in 2020. He was born in Amherst, Nova Scotia. And oh yes, he just happens to be Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's dad. Also in the crowd, David Rosen.
By the way, I'm your cousin David. How you doing? Good to see you.
He got out of the car. I shouted that I was his cousin. Within a couple of minutes, he came over, shook hands. He was very gracious, and I really, truly feel we made a connection.
And then I handed him the DVD and USB with my phone number, I mean the work number, address and everything. And he just went, "Thank you very much." I'm still in awe. That's all I can say.
Houston is hoping the next time Johnson makes a trip to Toronto, it'll include a stop at the Ontario Black History Society. Andrea Case, CTV News.
The puck drops on the Edmonton Oil Kings season just next week, and new this year is an expanded promotional schedule and a more affordable children's menu. The Oil Kings will have 14 promo nights, including the always popular teddy bear toss. It's also introducing new children's combos that will cost $10 or less. The home opener will be a Taylor Swift-inspired event. A 45-minute concert with a tribute artist will take place after the game.
We have 3 thrilling periods of hockey every game, but more than that, there's the entertainment value. And that's teddy bear toss, that's dinosaur night, that's Swifty home opener. It's all that extra sizzle that really adds to the environment.
Tickets for the teddy bear toss are already on sale. The lower bowl is already sold out. Alrighty, folks, that's all from us tonight. Thanks for wrapping up your day and week with us on CTV Edmonton. We'll see you back here Monday at 11:30. Until then, take care and bye for now.